Good evening. Today's the 11th of October 2023 and I'm just going to recap my trading for today. I'm going to start off with Nasdaq NQ, and I don't usually take Nasdaq even though I keep an eye on it, but I did take a nice position this morning and my entry was before the market had opened. It was around about 8:30 I got in. In fact, it was after 8:30, it was exactly here. So I took this hammer candle long. It was at a point of, I'm not sure the volume was totally there at the time, but it was higher congested volume above the VWAP. And because I saw this data candle coming at 8:30, which was PPI, it looked pretty bullish. In fact, we sold off and then we came above and we were stronger than the ES as well. So when it couldn't break down through the VWAP, I went long just here, and how about that for an exit? So my exit was, in fact, up here. It was here, and in fact that was it, I think. Yeah, exactly that. So that was my exit, and pretty good exit really, and I was pretty much done trading for the day. That was my trading done. It hadn't even, I think it was like 2 minutes past 9 and my day was finished. So I did also take some Nasdaq as well, some ES. So let's just go into the 5-minute chart on ES. And I did some pre-market trading, and I probably overtraded a little bit today. In fact, I was testing out a new strategy I built on NinjaTrader, but my entry was around here originally, and my strategy, the strategy I built on NinjaTrader, when I get in there, it automatically puts my stop loss in, and it also puts my 2R and 4R profit targets in as well. So, and I was just testing that out, and probably shouldn't have been using my live account, but it worked out well. You know, I was going with a trend as well. We're in an hourly uptrend as well. So I got out a few times. In fact, I was testing it out again around here, and I made a few little losses. So the gains I made from the first test here, I lost up here. It was only small amounts, so I was down really. I was probably in the red on MES or ES at the time. And then I did one more trade. I saw the data come in, and I saw that it put a bottom here. In fact, the test I was doing is I got in on these bottom tail candles, and I knew there was data coming in, so I set my stop loss there, and it automatically triggered me in on this data, and it took me out in exactly the place I wanted to get out on. So 2R and 4R, and it was so fast, this move, that I didn't get a chance to cancel my stop loss. And when it came down, how did it look? That's it. So when it came down, it took my stop loss out, and I didn't have any contracts left then, so I was short from this position here, and so it worked out quite well because I got out on that short position down here as well. But this bit was just a lucky bit, and so that's why I was up at 9 o'clock, and then the Nasdaq one was another good move as well, so I was totally up. So my trading was done. I did take a few other little trades today as well. These were very small trades because I didn't want to give away any profit, and it was this area here. And what did it for me was the fact that it was an area of confluence, and it's the bottoms of these candles here, and it's the bottom of this data candle as well. And I went long on these bottom tails. I think I took a few contracts here, just 2 contracts. I was up 4 contracts in total. I took profit out as it broke that one, and I didn't like this bottom tail, and I stopped myself out. My stop was just a little bit below the lows, but as soon as I saw the bottom tail come in and on volume, I added again, and my add was at this area as well, so it was a much better price for an add. And I got out of my outs were on this bar and at the VWAP. And I'm just checking, and that was my last trade. In fact, my last out was as we broke down below there, we couldn't put in a new high, and we saw this top and tail candle as well. So my last out was just there, 4400. I was using 4400 as an area of resistance because it's a round number, and on Bookmap there was a lot of sellers sitting up here, and there was a lot of buyers sitting down here, so it was in a range we were, and I was surprised it came down and it ate, as you can see, it ate its way through these buyers and finally broke down through it. So a short entry off the VWAP would have been a great entry as well, but I wasn't really in it for the trade. This was just a very low risk and higher probability trade, basically using the bottoms of the pre-market lows and just the bottom of that candle. And one thing I've been watching for in the data drops we get at 8:30 is whether this candle has any significance on the trading for the rest of the day. And you can see here it acted as support for a bit before it broke down, so you could say it had some influence. And the top of this candle, which I marked up on my NinjaTrader chart as well, I've yet to know whether that has any significance. But if we do, I was looking to take, whatever happened today, I was going to take some shorts around this area, and using 44.18 as a potential stop area, I wanted to get some shorts in, but we never made it that high, so I didn't need to test that. But an area to keep an eye on, I've marked on my chart 44.15, and just wondering whether that has any bearing over the next few days. Anyway, that's my trading. Oh, I've got one more trade to talk about, even though I'm not in it yet. I missed my entry, which I'm annoyed with. And this is oil, but I'm waiting for it to come back down again. So go back into the daily. So I've got a swing trade set up, and originally I wanted to take the entry as it filled that gap, and I totally didn't notice it filled that gap, and I missed the entry and it pulled right back up to here. So I've put an order in. So, and I'm not going to take MCL. I've decided I'm going to go for USO. I've got the ETF for USO, and that did fill the gap. No, that hasn't quite filled the gap. This is why I missed it. So what I'm watching for is for USO to come all the way back down to this area here. 74 is the area I'm waiting for. So I've got some options calls ready to fire as soon as we get back down that area. So I'm waiting for a potential weakness. And what I really want to see set up as a double bottom. And this is a 30-minute chart here, so I want to see a double bottom on the 30-minute chart or the hourly, and then then I'm willing to take it long. And that'll be a retest of the pre-Friday's candle and the gap. So that's what I'm waiting for. So whether I get triggered in today, I might do if we see a sell-off, but I'll keep the order in place this week, and I'll judge it day by day to see what we're doing. As you can see, we finally did break down through this 2-day consolidation, and that's what it's waiting for. It's either going to break up or it's going to break down. And if it break down, I was waiting for the entry, and I missed it on MCL, but I've missed it there. I should have got in there, and a bit annoyed by that. But USO, I'm still waiting for that entry. And again, the reason I'm waiting for this is because it's the tops of these candles here. And I don't, if you've seen my previous videos and my live pre-market videos, I talk about this area because it goes back to last year where it was trying to break out through 82, 30, 82 area, funny line, and we finally tested it again here, and then we finally broke through it here. So I'm basically waiting for the retest. I did want to take that test on Friday, even though I wish I did, because I was waiting for confirmation, and confirmation for me was the break of this candle long. But on Monday, because of the war in Israel, instead of me getting in and catching it on the way up, it just gapped up and I missed it totally. So all I'm doing now is waiting for us to come back down to hopefully create a double bottom, and then hopefully see it move back up. If I don't get it, I don't get it. You know, I've only waited a year to get in for this trade, so what's another few weeks or a few months? Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button, and I will be back tomorrow at 9 AM Eastern Time live, or 2 PM here in the UK, and we'll go over the pre-market levels, and we've got minutes tonight. In fact, there's minutes in a few. We've We've got FMOC coming up pretty shortly. I remember it's only minutes, so it's not the actual FMOC decision. So that's coming in 8 minutes time. And then tomorrow news, we've got core inflation. So we've got should have a big moving day tomorrow at 8:30. So just keep an eye on that. And what else have we got left this week? And Friday, we've got 10 o'clock news as well. So today at 2 PM in the next few minutes, and then tomorrow at 8:30 we've got some news. So that should move the market a bit. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects oil and where we are at the moment. One thing I wanted to just go back to on the daily was this head and shoulders pattern. We've been talking about this head and shoulders pattern since it put the head in back in July. And we've got the head, we've got the right shoulder, and this is the left shoulder there. And we finally broke through this neckline a couple of weeks ago, and we pulled back, and interestingly we weren't able to close above the head and shoulders pattern, so this is still a valid pattern. We put in a top and tail candle here, so basically a shooting star candle, and it looks like today so far setting up with another, it's an inside day, but it's setting up with another shooting star candle which is showing potential weakness. And until we can close above this neckline, which is 4400, a round number as well, and anyway, if it's been on watch, then this neckline play is still valid, and we could potentially be looking for a nice swing short, maybe come back down and retest 44.77 area. But again, we'll play this day by day, and we'll just play with what we see on the chart. So potentially we're watching for a break where we've broken the head and shoulders neckline, and now we're waiting for the retest to set up. So that's another play I'm watching. So I want to go long on oil and short on SPY or short on ES. I'll probably take contracts, options contracts on SPY for the short. That's it. Thank you for watching. Okay. See you tomorrow.